update on the California fires, and then we're going to leapfrog off of that. Make sure y'all hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. Let's pop.
Still in life-saving mode right now, and the properties continue to burn one by one. This one, for instance, we were here a couple of hours ago. This was standing untouched, but flames from the neighboring property, embers flew across, and this is what you've got in just a couple of hours' time. And then if we pan to the left, you've got a tale of three properties, if you like, here. Its next-door neighbor completely destroyed. As so often, you just see the chimney stack standing there, and then just to the right of that, a home that for the moment at least remains untouched. I just saw a gentleman, I assume he's the owner of that. We've got a wall coming down here, Brian, to the right. We're going to back off from this property just slightly because it is clearly very unstable. Now, Brian, back up, please get out of here. It's clearly unstable, and those walls keep coming down, as we've seen throughout our coverage here this morning. But I was saying this one just up here, untouched for the moment, but a gentleman was just bringing out bags full of possessions, putting them into his vehicle there. So we assume he's getting out of there precisely because of what we just saw. Those walls come down, the flames pop up, the embers fly, and we're getting some gusty winds again now. So all they need to do is land on the roof of that house, and then that one is likely to go. And firefighters, as I say, are really not battling any of the property fires in this particular street right now because they have, frankly, more important things to do. And then I want to remind everybody that this is not one of those neighborhoods we so often go to that is dozens of miles outside of Los Angeles, the city, where we see these fires. This is in the heart of LA, so it is densely packed. And just take a look up this street. Literally, as far as you can see up this street, every single property destroyed. So when they say 1,000 structures, we are talking hundreds and hundreds of homes. And as we swing over here to Brian's right now,
that look crazy.
Some more of these destroyed homes, a slightly surreal scene here in the front yard. I'm assuming that was a front yard, a patio, the dinner table there with two candelabras on it, and nothing else left.
That is crazy. Let me ask y'all a question as we evaluate this, okay? As we go through this. How many of you guys actually believe, because I know that, based off of research and what's going on, they're saying that this started off with people actually starting fires. But, when I think about it and I think about the way that these homes are built, that it's so easy for them to catch fire. And usually what happens is that in different regions, the homes are built differently, right? So if you go down, for example, to Mississippi, and you go to like Biloxi. I like visiting Biloxi, but I don't just stay at the resorts. I actually go through the neighborhoods. I want to see how the homes are built. I actually kick it with the people. I catch public transportation, all of that stuff, right? It's a real chill place for me to go to when everybody else is on spring break. I go down to Biloxi, okay? You go to Biloxi, you go to New Orleans, you go to certain places. The homes are built for the weather and the environment that usually or could destroy that entire region. So they're built higher, right? They're built higher. A lot of times they're, you can tell, and it looks weird because it's not something that you usually see, right? And then if you go over to, for example, Florida, those homes are built differently. A lot of times those homes they're not built of brick. It's a lot of stucco. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't get the same weather that they get up on the East Coast and in the Midwest. And if you go to the Midwest, those homes, a lot of times, they're not necessarily built of concrete, but, a lot of them is, the foundation or the framing of the house is mostly wood because we don't have to worry about fires and all of that type of stuff. And then you'll have more brick or whatever because of the standards and the requirements in that particular region. And then over on the West Coast, it seems like it's just hot from fire to fire. A couple embers just go ahead and just torch the whole neighborhood. And so what I'm wondering is, A, the building codes and the requirements, because it seems like every house over in Los Angeles, it needs to be built out of concrete. Not only because of the earthquakes, but also because of the forest fires. And if you're putting up these little stupid rinky-dink homes, it don't take but a couple embers to just burn it all the way down. I mean, I think that the roofs should be different. I think that the foundation should be different. I think that how far away it is from the ocean and the water should be a requirement. Why aren't the homes built differently, and why aren't the building codes different that allows for these homes to be able to survive, or is this intentional? And that's the other part that I want to ask y'all. Like, I see these homes just burning and jump from place to place, and then I seen one video on social media where they were driving by a house that just so happened to be concrete, and then the roof was a Tesla roof, so it wasn't a traditional um roof where it's just easily catching on fire, but it actually was a Tesla roof where it was a solar roof, and that house was fine. That house was absolutely fine. Anyways, let's continue.
Here. It is truly an apocalyptic scene, and as we pan up to the sky, the sun has been trying to come out the last few hours here, but as you can see, it is so badly obscured by these thick clouds.
It's funny that you say that the insurers. Let me see where that comment was, because I always like to the show. The people in the chat is my co-host. So Cleveland Sanders says, because that makes too much sense, AD. Hence why the insurers got out, they already knew. So let me show you something, because I plan on having this towards the end of the show. But let me just share this really quickly. I've been warning y'all for a long time. This was well over a year ago, for example. I'm going to show you several different videos of what I've been trying to communicate to people for a long time. Check this out. This is one of my old videos. If you want to pay attention to where you should invest your money, or where you want to move, or how it is that you should move accordingly, don't get finessed by just buying on site without doing your research. Insurers are now walking away from policies related to certain homes, especially in California, Miami, and in certain parts throughout the United States of America, including Arizona. And they're starting to also walk away from car insurance policies. Look how old. Look at my lower thirds on this video. When I say that I've been trying to warn you guys, and I've been telling you guys where you should move from, that this was going to hit you. Insurance companies have been telling you guys for the longest that you need to get out of these places, and so on and so forth. And if you want to follow the money, if you want to protect yourself, you need to follow the policies, follow the large institutional investors, follow the insurance companies, get the heck out of there. This was over a year and a half ago that I did this video. Over a year and a half ago that I did this video, I've been saying to people, hey man, listen, don't go over here. People was asking me questions. Anton, should I do this? Should I invest in California? No, get out of there. I've been telling you, insurance companies is leaving. It's going to burn to the ground. Don't put all of your money over there. Don't move over there. Get the heck out of there. Don't do it. I've been saying this for the longest. I've been telling you guys, get out of California. It is going to the ground. Don't believe me? Okay, let's go to another video. What? Anton is saying it again? I want to talk about the insurance crisis, right? There is an insurance crisis, especially for a lot of y'all, especially, especially for a lot of y'all that are buying homes in these places that's going to be disrupted, right? You're buying homes in these places that are going to be disrupted. You're buying homes in these places that are going to be disrupted. You're buying homes in these places that are going to be disrupted. Get the heck out of there. Don't put another dime in there. Leave. This is back when I had the graffiti background. You missed the old background, K. Cooper? You're buying homes in places that are going to be disrupted. Okay, well, let's just go to another video, because I've been trying to tell y'all for a long time. Let's go to the next one. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Nope, not in California. Even hit you with a jingle. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Nope, not in California. How much more are y'all gonna see? And this is why I say, don't be mad at me. Don't be dusty Listen to what I'm saying and take heed to. You may not necessarily like the way I say things. You may not necessarily care if I'm going off on your city. That's the joke part. That's the entertainment. That's the entertaining in me because I got to put the medicine inside of the candy. But the reality is that for years and years and years, I've been telling you this is coming. It's going to happen to Florida. It's going to happen to California, Arizona. I'm telling you, I'm warning you. And now that it's here, you want to sit there and feel bad about it. Oh, pray for me. Why should I pray for you when I warned you? Why should I pray for you when God already gave me the message to give to you and tell you, hey man, this is what I'm seeing. This is what I deduced from it. California is leaving. Okay, this is why they leaving. I did some research, some additional research. They not just leaving because they don't like Gavin Newsom. They not leaving because of this. They leaving because they understand what's about to happen. I'm not about to think I'm smarter than an insurance company. They got people dedicated that they pay millions of dollars a year and consulting companies that they pay millions of dollars a year. I made some phone calls to some people that I knew that work deep inside of the insurance industry. Yeah, man, it's going to get bad over here. We getting the heck up out of there. It's literally going to be $1 trillion in losses over the next 2 or 3 years. I'm trying to tell you. Some of these places is going to be raising property taxes to where it makes it unaffordable for you to even buy a home. Forget the interest rates. You're not going to be able to afford the property taxes. Forget the interest rates. It's so many factors that goes into whether or not you should invest in a specific industry. You're not going to be able to afford the insurance. You're not going to be. The only reason that they got states, when I seen that they are beefing up state sponsored insurance in California and in Florida, that's the ultimate red flag to get up out of there. And don't worry about it. Don't feel bad because my own family don't even listen to me sometimes. When I seen that they were beefing up state sponsored insurance, do you know why they beef up state sponsored insurance? They beef up state sponsored insurance not because they actually are going to help you with your property if it burns down, but because they want to instill confidence for you to continue to invest in it because they need the property tax money and they need you to stay as a residence that circulate the dollar that allows for them to continue to shore up their budgets. They want you to have confidence in moving there, not necessarily that it's going to be the best option for you. When you see that private companies divest themselves away and public state sponsored things starts to get involved, it's the ultimate red flag because any industry that can't sustain itself ultimately is something that you don't want to be a part of. Any industry that can't sustain itself, if private companies and private entities is not looking and salivating at the idea of taking over a particular industry, whether it be insurance, what no matter what it is, the prison industrial complex, whatever it is, then you should get the heck out of Dodge immediately. Get the heck out of Dodge immediately. You ain't got to listen to me. That's cool. Do what you feel is best. Do what you feel is best. You got it. You got it. You smarter than everybody else.
A new fire has broken out late today, and those ferocious winds that have been hampering the rescue efforts and the efforts by these firefighters to try to put out the fires you're looking at, they are picking up again tonight. That new fire, which officials are calling the Kenneth Fire this evening, it's near the border of the LA and Ventura counties. It grew quickly in just a few hours, and the governor just announced moments ago that they are deploying 900 more firefighters to go and address that fire. Now, this is coming as you are looking at live pictures right now of that fire this evening. That is what 900 firefighters are going to address just this evening. Governor Gavin Newsom announcing that a few moments ago. Now, put that on top of this. The two largest fires, the Eaton and Palisades fires, they're still 0% contained right now. Look at this mind-boggling.
I've never heard of such a thing in my entire lifetime. I've never seen a wildfire that a week later is 0% contained. A week later, I see celebrities begging on Instagram and TikTok for people to give donations to them because they lost everything in their homes and their fires.
destruction. I mean, it is entire neighborhoods that have been decimated as far as you can see. And when you look at this, of course, each of those is someone's home, and each of those had people inside of them. Right now, we are still waiting to hear more from officials, but what we know now is that true death toll in LA tonight, it is still unknown as crews are digging through the ashes of what has been left of everything that people had.
They're not going to save you at this point. Those fires will not be stopped. The only thing that's going to happen is it's going to continue to rage out of control until there is nothing else to rage. If you think that you are going to be saved from it, oh man, it's just down there. All right. I heard it's over in Hollywood, burning up Hollywood right now. Hollywood was a demonic place anyway. When I walked through Hollywood, I said, what in the devil is it? Even Dr. Phil moved his studios from Hollywood to Dallas. Dr. Phil, I said, Dr. Phil, the last time I was on your show, we was over there in LA. He said, yeah, we had to get up out of there. So we over in Dallas now, huh? Interesting. When I did the new Dr. Phil show, it was over there in Dallas.
CNN's Aaron Burnett is live in Pacific Palisades for us tonight. And Aaron, obviously, you got on the ground today. You've been looking at that and talking to these officials on the ground, just trying to understand the scope of this, even as they are still battling the fires that existed and new ones that are popping up this evening. What have you been seeing on the ground?
Yeah, Caitlin, you talk about that new fire and you talk, it's mind-boggling. It is. There were people grabbing their suitcases. I don't know if you can hear it, but phones going off here, evacuation orders coming in, those alerts. And that with that fire, grabbing their suitcases more than many people here in Pacific Palisades were able to do, but immediately rushing to try to evacuate. So there's that new fire. You talked about those winds. They are anticipated to pick up over these next few hours, causing more red flag warnings. Fire officials telling me their biggest fear is fire spreading, fires growing, of course. You say they're 0% contained, but also reigniting.
It's a brand new fire erupting overnight. Flames now rapidly spreading in
That
northern
look
Los
insane,
Angeles
bro.
County. The nightmare there.
This look
far
crazy.
From over as the deadly fire disaster now rages into its fourth day. The new fire is located just outside Calabasas. Police nearby arrested a man on
Calabasas, huh?
suspicion of arson,
Yeah,
but they
all the
say
celebrities is up
right
there.
now they cannot confirm if he's connected in any way to that new blaze. This morning, the wind threat about to pick back up as fire crews face new challenges.
That look crazy,
overnight.
bro.
An illegal
That
drone
look
collided
insane.
with a crucial firefighting
Look at
aircraft.
that.
That aircraft now grounded today.
How can you be next to the ocean? How can you be next to the ocean?
The number of
and
dead
have no
has
water?
doubled so far to 10 people. More than 10,000 homes and businesses have been destroyed, and those numbers are sadly expected to rise.
Well, look like we won't be doing a meetup over in LA this year, huh? no meetup over in LA this year? Okay, well, I guess we're going to have to move over to Vegas.
And new images of the
Look
unbelievable
at that.
destruction.
That
The
looked
LA
like a war zone. It looked like they was having bombs thrown on them like they over in Ukraine and Russia.
County Sheriff says it looks like a bomb was dropped.
Nothing. I can't even teach, and I'm a first responder. I teach people to save lives, and I couldn't even save my house. And I'm just shattered.
It's about caring for each other. Like, everyone needs help right now.
Everyone needs help. Stephanie Elam is live in Altadena, one of the areas hardest hit by this. And unusual because normally these fires are often in the hills, and now you're seeing them down in the valleys. What are you witnessing there today?
Yeah, Sarah, it's difficult to see what these people have gone through. I mean, this whole
Oh,
block,
yeah, they do got the Olympics coming. When is the Olympics coming over there? Let me see something. "2028, the Olympics is gonna be in LA. I don't know if they're gonna be able to do that one. That don't look like an Olympic. No way. I forgot about that. Shout out to the chat. Y'all, the Olympics is supposed to be there in 3 years. That's crazy. Yo. What they gonna do? Man, this is crazy.
It's still dark out here. Looks like this behind me right now, which you can see here. You can see that this house has been just decimated. The chimney, only thing standing there, and if you look back in the corner, you can see that there's a gas fire still back there. Another one of the dangers, why they don't want people here. Also because people have been out here
Shout out to the
looting.
chat. I love y'all.
So there are now, National Guard has been deployed out here, and I can tell you they're out here because we had to get through them to get here today. There are 8,000 personnel, including firefighters, battling not just this, the Eaton fire, which is now some 13,000 acres that have charred and burned and destroyed livelihoods, homes, the feeling of safety, and the Palisades fire, which is burning burned through like 20,000 acres. It has a little bit of containment now, but the number of homes that have been destroyed, it is just astronomical. They're looking at more than $50 billion worth of losses here, and that number continues to go up. And then when you look at how people are trying to figure out how to put their lives together, you can see here, where do you start? Where do you begin? We cover wildfires that are massive, that are large, that have all this acreage. The difference is it's not in densely populated areas. That's the part that makes this so different. In the Palisades fire,
I know we over here, we have our level of skepticism when it comes to what's real, what's not, what's intentional, what's not, what's just happenstance, and what's not. I can't help but to be a little bit skeptical. I can't help but to be a little bit skeptical. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. They got the Olympics coming, everything burning down. That's crazy, bro. That is absolutely insane.